Okay. I'll be explaining you what a paradigm actually means. So paradigm, it actually starts with the observation. The set of observation basically means ideas, concepts, theories, and they are not supposed to be in a vacuum. They are supposed to be contained in a theory. Now, this theory is basically a thing that explains why these set of observations are happening. It gives a meaning, and there can be multiple theories, but the most dominant theory is the one that is defined as a paradigm. And there are like four phases in the paradigm shift. The first phase is pre-science. This is a phase where there is no shared vocabulary, there is no shared measurement, no set standards. And after this phase, people actually realize that, of all the set of observations that they have seen, there is a common pattern, and they rely on that one pattern, and from that pattern, a theory is generated. That happens in normal science phase. That's where the scientists, they accept one theory, and that's the dominated theory at that point of time. In this phase, at a later stage, there is a phase where the set of observations that acts as an anomaly, it does not fit in this paradigm. It does not fit in that particular theory. And when you observe such set of observations increasing at a larger pace, that's where the crisis phase happens. And in the crisis phase, the scientists try to think that the original paradigm is really not able to hold all these set of observations. Probably we need a new theory. That's when the scientific revolution takes place. They try to create a new theory which accommodates all the new observation, and that becomes a new paradigm. That's how the shift takes place. So that's invitation. There was a word to it.
Inventions. Progress.
It was called science. When I heard it, I was also astonished like you guys. Science, that's what people call it. So the major shifts, I'm going to speak about the major shifts that have happened on the upper side of the slide. Internet, as everybody knows, that it gave a new way of doing business. Enterprises have started to reach a new audience which was not possible before. The functionality of scan and email. A scanner actually replaced the clunky old machine, fax machine. Like, people started taking pictures with their camera phones and started emailing. That also hurt the whole fax machine business. And the cable TV. I mean, I don't know whether you guys have heard of cord cutters. Like, people have been termed as cord cutters. These days, they don't believe in having a cable service. They want, over the top, OTT kind of a service. Subscription of Netflix, Amazon. And to my surprise, I was really surprised to know that Netflix actually takes 15% of this world's internet traffic and 1/3 in North America. So you can imagine how strong that is. And that's like a huge shift happening in this space. At the bottom, this particular thing, steam engine, that was probably the first domino to fall in the series of revolutions. It was created by a scientist called Newcomen, but improvised and improved by James Watt. And that triggered a lot of revolutions post this invention. And the second one is Power Glow. Can you imagine, this thing was created in 1989 to play games with your hand gestures. There were cameras right on top of your TV. That was the hottest gift to be bought in 1989 Christmas season for $80. It went up to $120, $140 within a year's time. But then it got shut, the production got stopped. Reason being, there was not much of an ecosystem of games where you can play this stuff with, and it was expensive for its time. Then we have Google Glasses. We know this was a terrible fail too, like introduced in 2014 and probably just ran for like 2 years, 2.5 years. It was supposed to do a lot of things, but then there were so many issues in it that people just didn't feel like buying it. But recently, Intel showed a lot of interest. They are working on a smart glass like this, but it won't look like this. It won't be a cyborg kind of a glass. It will be a very normal looking glass, and that's going to change the computing side. That's how I see it. Just a day ago, I got to know that Apple is going to introduce smart glasses in 2023. They're kind of late, but at least they're getting on that track. So these were like the examples of a paradigm shift happening in a couple of industries. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of examples in every industry. So one of the other example I felt like expressing to you guys is the change in the way business has happened, like throughout the course. Initially, it was in the olden days barter system where people exchanged goods, and it transformed into product economy where a couple of guys created an enterprise to serve masses, and all they thought was like how to create a product that can be sold to masses. They thought about product, they made product, and the audience or the customers purchased that product. That was like a product economy at that point of time. That was the era of usage, ownership. You own the product. Now, there was a shift post this product economy where the customers felt like after a certain period of time, if you broke that particular product or that product became obsolete or it couldn't expand or it couldn't be used, then you're just left with that product. And that thought process of customers actually made the push to this new side of subscription economy, where you really don't own the product. You can just do your job, and that's it. Companies started to understand what that job, what that customer wants to do with that particular instrument or with their particular product. So they focus on the end job and not on the product. In the product economy, they focus more on the product. On this side, they focus more on what kind of job they want to be doing with that product. So that was a major shift in subscription economy. A lot of businesses, like a big company like Caterpillar, which has some of the biggest machines on this planet, they started renting it out to their clients rather than asking them to buy it. Then after this, there's this new scientific revolution. I feel like we can see it right now is the platform economy, where a lot of great companies are coming up and they're creating a platform where they can sell their own products, plus they give this platform to other sellers so they can sell their products as well. And I can see that with Amazon, with Alibaba, with Shopify. A lot of platforms are coming. And recently I was working with one of the challenger banks in the UK, and their end vision was actually not to be a new fintech challenger bank, but to be a platform like Amazon of financial services. That's something really, really like shaking the whole way business is done. I'll just show you this final video. Could you feel that paradigm shift in the pizza industry? What's going to happen next? Like, Domino's or Pizza Hut, they are really, really known for giving the best quality kind of pizza, and now they are trying to shift on this AI robotic kind of a place where people won't be making pizzas anymore. It will be these machines that will be creating pizza, and there won't be any delivery service. Like, there will be robo delivery guys, like the small mini van that you saw. They will be the ones who will be delivering it. And if you just tweak it further, maybe another shift might happen where the mini van itself will be preparing pizza. It can happen after a certain point of time, I guess. But imagine that kind of paradigm shifts can be, created in today's world. So, just to open question to you guys, like everybody has a lot of work experience over here. Is there any particular example that you guys know of a paradigm shift that took place in your industry and you feel like